What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Another apology for taking so long to get another video out. I've moved house this weekend and I helped my sister move out on the Sunday, so I've been a bit tired, if I'm honest with you, with work as well, so I haven't had much time to actually get a video out. But I'll just touch quickly on the result from the weekend. Sorry if I'm moving around, I don't have anything to hold in my car. A point, which is a positive, but I thought we were a lot better than Brentford, and I think we deserved a lot more than what we got in the end. So, after the first half, and this is a problem with Leeds at the moment. After the first half that we had, sorry, I'm moving around a lot. After the first half that we had, I really thought that we were going to go on and win the game quite comfortably, but we didn't. Let them back in the game. A couple of cheap goals. I didn't think there was anything special with the goals. I don't think they were particularly well worked. I don't think it was anything to do with like Brentford being quality. It was just 2 chances and 2 goals. But last minute goal by Bamford. But I guess the narrative right now with Leeds is this tale of 2 halves, and I don't know what's going on with that. Obviously, substitutions were a bit strange, with Cooper being injured and coming off, and same with Phillips. And instead of a straight swap with Creswell, which I'd love to see after his performance against West Ham, he changed around and brought Harrison on after sort of teasing Creswell and then click, and then just sort of brought on Harrison and then changed things around. And it's more of that square peg round hole situation, and it's starting to get a bit frustrating now, where I think he's overthinking and overcomplicating something that it should be as simple as just a straight swap. You know how good Creswell is, and that's what's worrying me about these injuries with Cooper and Phillips. Instead of bringing someone like a Lewis Bate in to sort of do a job here and there, I know he's not going to start every game, and I know it's not going to be he's not going to play every single game and every single minute. I wouldn't expect it, but I want to see Lewis Bate come in. But I feel like he's going to start playing around and tinkering again too much. But I guess it is what it is, and in the end, in Bielsa we trust, but no one's exempt from criticism. And I will always love Bielsa. There's nothing he can do that will make me want him to get the sack or anything like that. But you can question what he's doing at times, and he's super analytical. He does all the things right. He does a lot of thinking and before the game, but I think because he does too much, and he's very precise sometimes the substitutions and stuff. When it comes to diverting away from what he's already planned out, I feel like he overthinks it in the moment. It should just be something real quick and easy. There's only 3 substitutions you can do in a game. It can't be that difficult. But hey, it is what it is. We get a point. Last minute goal, big Bamford, Bamford back on the score sheet. But he's injured again. So this just feels like, I don't know how long his injury is, but no one's really said anything. Sorry, my arms are getting sore holding the camera. And nobody said anything about injury length. I don't think Bamford's is super serious. I think it's just maybe a couple of games maybe. But the Kalvin Phillips one they're talking a couple of months. They're talking 2 months-ish. That's huge. That's our talisman out. That's our game winner in a sense. Not goal scorer. He doesn't score goals, but he's our game winner in the way of he does. Whenever we play Phillips, we don't really concede, and everything's a lot more short up at the back. So I think the only solution, and we knew this anyway, is we need to bring a centre half in. Sorry, not centre half. We'll do. But we need a lot of players actually. But sorry, a centre midfielder. Whether it's an attacking midfielder and Forshaw can sort of come back a little bit in the DM, or, whatever it is. We're putting a lot of faith in Forshaw at the moment, and he's got a track record of getting injured as well. Literally had 2 years off. So we can't rely on him playing every single game. We can't, especially December, how busy it is. We can't have him playing every single game. He'll just get injured again. And then we're going to be without Phillips and Forshaw. So we'll be in a worse problem we were in before when we wait for Forshaw to come back. We'll have nobody. Click's not good enough. Dallas is sort of here and there at the moment, and it depends whether we get another injury because he goes there. We will literally have nobody. Lewis Bate needs to be an option. He needs to come in and play. He needs to get some game time. He's quite clearly good enough. He's at that level. He's in that. I feel like he's that in between the 23s and the senior squad. So at this stage, we just need to start using some youngsters a bit more. And I think Stroik had an alright game at defensive midfield the other week. But again, you can't rely on him all the time. Luke Ayling looked okay, I thought, in the first half. Still the wayward passes, which is, it's his first game back, so I won't get on him too much, because that is what it is. But yeah, a bit worrying. Need to sign a defensive midfielder or a midfielder in January. What I'd really like to see is, and one thing that nobody's really spoke about, or not that I've seen too much, is what if we sign a DM and push Phillips a little bit further forward? I know he's not, he's all right attacking, but that's not what he prefers to do as much. But just an idea, because defensive midfielders are a little bit cheaper than your standard box-to-box midfielders or attacking midfielders. So if the club doesn't have money or are looking not to spend as much, I feel like that would be an option, pushing Phillips forward a little bit more, and having Forshaw in the DM or Forshaw Phillips, which would be really industrious, and then bringing in a DM to do a job. But that's just a theory. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, just my opinion. Maybe that's something they do. If they're looking to save money, like I said, DMs, you could probably pick up a decent DM for 10 to 15. A decent midfielder or attacking midfielder, you're looking at sort of 25 and upwards. So it depends on what the board and what the club and Radrazani are looking at doing and what the plan is. And Victor Order, I guess we'll see who he's got in the plans. But again, sorry I couldn't get a video out to the new subscribers as well. It's been a week. Like I said, it's just been because of moving out. But so I'm doing a video at work today just to get one out to you guys. Just a bit of a chat about what's going on. Like I said, I'll get a video for the Chelsea game and a Premier League video out hopefully coming up or whatever. I don't know, maybe this one could be the Chelsea preview, but I sort of am previewing it in the way of Phillips isn't in and there's Bamford. So that Chelsea game, look, and I know people don't like the whole free hit term, but it really is. Not expecting to beat Chelsea. I don't think we'll go I don't think we'll go the whole just the next 4 games getting beat every single game, but I think Aston Villa are somewhat gettable, probably not as much, and Arsenal are gettable because they've come off maybe a loss to Man United, and but they've looked all right. So I don't know. I think we'll get a draw at Arsenal. For the Arsenal game, we'll get a draw. We'll get a point there, and hopefully the Villa game we get a point or something, because we're not going to beat Chelsea or City. So yeah, difficult December. But anyway, so like I said, I'm not going to say too much about the Chelsea game, because in the end it is what it is. It's not going to be a great game. I know they're not playing very well, and they drew against Zenit St. Petersburg overnight, 3-3. They didn't look great defensively, they looked really, really poor, but we're attacking okay, but we're not, let's be honest, we're not fantastic at the moment either. So it's not like we're going to rip them apart. If I'm being honest, yeah, I don't know. Lukaku attacking our defence scares me. He's been coming off the bench a lot recently though, and Timo Werner's found a little bit of form, albeit against Zenit, but he's found a little bit of form, but he's like that. He sort of comes and goes with scoring goals or, performing. But yeah, like I said, I think we'll get beat. I don't know how much. I've got 3-0 in my head for some reason. I don't think we're going to do very well. Maybe 3-1. We might get 1 goal. But this is the problem at the moment. We also want such a thin squad, and then I understand the premise of having players that can play multiple positions. It makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't. It makes a lot of sense, because you have a thin squad. It's tight knit. Everyone can play different positions. So when someone's out, somebody else just comes in. Simple, and it makes sense. But in the Premier League, when you've got cup competitions and you've got you don't have games thick and fast, but they're tougher games, and you can't make mistakes. We need to have more players. We need to have more bench depth. Like I said, I'd like another striker. I'd like a mid. We need a midfielder. That's a definite. We need a left back. You know, I know we got Firpo, but we need another. We need a backup left back. So left back, midfielder. If not two midfielders, I'd rather get two midfielders and a left back than a midfielder and a striker. But we do need a striker because Bamford's, you know, he misses spells. This happens. Phillips misses spells. People miss games. And Bielsa should know that. He reads a lot of analytics. So that's why I thought he might improve by just adding just a couple of players to the squad. Surely 2 or 3 players can't help. But, you know, we looked at Michael Queetons the other year. Didn't get him, but it's quite obvious that we needed a midfielder. Even with Forshaw coming back and playing well, which is purely luck that he's come back and played well. I know it's not luck in the way of he's a good player, but we don't know what his what he's going to be like in the Premier League. We knew he'd work hard, but I didn't realise he'd be this good. And question is, how long does that form last for? Number one. Number two, when does he get injured again? Because it will happen. It's a lot of games. It's a lot. So need bodies. Need 2 or 3 bodies, if I'm honest with you. But anyway, thought I'd get a quick video out. Thank you very much. If you like the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Any new subscribers, if you watch, I'm looking at the analytics. I get a lot of people watching it but not subscribing. If you could sub to my channel, that'd be fantastic, so I can grow it and get a good indication of who's watching and liking the videos, and that would be fantastic. So, yep, enjoy your day and have a good one.